Okay, so you can see that I've got these 9 rectangles here, and they are all the same size and look the same. But when I turn them over, you're going to start to see that they are in fractions. So you can see there that that's 1/6. There are 6 equal pieces. This one is 1/10, 10 equal pieces. Next one we have 1/5, 5 equal pieces. Then let's flip over another one. We have 1/12. Oh, 12 equal pieces. Let's go to our next one. This one says 1/8. So 8 equal pieces. Then we have 1/4. 4 equal pieces in that rectangle. Flipping over the next one, it says 1/3. So 3 equal pieces. Then we get down to, we have 1/9, 9 equal pieces. And this one here is 1/2. So only 2 equal pieces. And what we want to do is we want to put them in the order of smallest to biggest. So if we start with the biggest one up here, 2 equal pieces, you can see that that's the largest one. We're going to put the largest one at the top. And then we have to find the denominator that's just a little bit bigger than 2. So we put the thirds next. Then we put the one with the quarters after that. And then we keep moving. Oh, I see we have fifths. So that's next in the order. Then we have 6. Let's put that in the order. And then we don't have any sevenths, so we'll move on and we'll put eighths next, right? And then ninths. And then we'll put tenths. And then finally we'll have twelfths. And now we have it in an order where the smallest is here. So you can see how small 1/12 is. It's tiny. And then we get a little bit bigger when it's tenths, and a little bit bigger when it's ninths, and a little bit bigger when it's eighths, and a little bit bigger sixths, a little bit bigger fifths, a little bit bigger quarters, a little bit bigger thirds, and the biggest one is actually 1/2 or 1/2. And we've now put our rectangles that are divided into different fractions, all the same size, but different fractions, in order from the smallest all the way up to the biggest. And we definitely need to note that the bigger the denominator is, and it's a unit fraction with 1 on top, then the smaller the actual size of the fraction. Okay, and now we're going to go ahead and we're going to compare fractions. So we're comparing 1/10 with 1/4 or 1/4. And if you look at the size of 1/4 here, look how big it is. From that line to that line, that's 1/4. And then you look at the size of 1/10 from here to here and how small it is. It should be visually obvious that 1/4 is bigger. So we're going to put our greater than sign with our crocodile mouth open towards the large number. The greater number is 1/4. It is bigger than 1/10 on this side. This time we're comparing 1/6 with 1/3. And if you look at our rectangular strip, you can see that almost 2 of these 1/6 would fit into the size of 1/3. 1/3 is much bigger than 1/6. So we're going to have to take our greater than or less than sign, and we're going to have to make sure that the large side, the open side of the greater than symbol, is pointing towards the larger fraction, and the closed side is pointing towards the smaller fraction like that. Okay, let's now compare 1/4 to 1/5. And if you follow the rule that we've been thinking about, that the smaller that the denominator is, the larger the actual fraction, the larger the actual unit fraction is, then you will know that 1/4 is actually larger than 1/5, and you will draw your greater than sign that way. Okay, let's look at one more example here. You have 1/12, which is just this much of the whole rectangle, one little 12th like that, compared to 1/2, half of the whole rectangle. So it should be pretty obvious which shape is larger. And you would put your greater than sign towards 1/2 and your less than sign pointed towards 1/12, like that. All right, let's try a challenge question today from our lesson on ordering fractions. You're going to see 3 fractions, and they have different denominators, and you have to figure out which one is the largest. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to multiply our denominators together and figure out what our new numerators are going to be. So I hope you know what 8 times 5 is, and that it's 40. So we have to multiply the one with the denominator of 8 by a 5. We have to multiply the one with a denominator of 5 by an 8. Denominator of 8 has to be multiplied by 5. So let's look at that. So here we go. We're multiplying 3/8 by 5. We're multiplying 1/8 by 5. And we're multiplying the 1/5 by 8. So now that we've multiplied our numerator of 3 and our denominator of 8 by 5, we find out that that's equal to 15/40. When we multiply 1/8 by 5, we find out that that's now equal to 5/40. And when we multiply 1/5 by 8, we find out that it is equal to 8/40. Now that we've changed each fraction to a fraction over 40, we can figure out which of our original fractions is the largest. And so if you look here, 3/8 is equal to 15/40, which is the largest out of the 3 fractions.